Hey guys, what's up? It's DK guys. I'm just gonna make a DDD tier list because why not, basically. And I've been wanting to put out all my ideas on just on the tier list maker. I found one. I labeled it, Chonker himself. That's where I put my boy DDD, where he wins, slight win, even, slight loss, loses. Instead of the numbers, so it's more clear for other people. I personally think DDD is a bad character, pretty bad. So he's not going to have many wins, but we'll just go alphabetical, and this will be mostly unedited. I'll just try to get through them pretty quickly. Have a 10 to 15 minute video, I would say. Just try to keep it around there. First up is Banjo. I would put him in slight loss, maybe even. It's kind of in between these because the grenade and pellets are very annoying, as well as two framing aspects. And Wonder Wing's hard to punish, but I feel like DDD's hammer just does pretty well in neutral against him. So maybe slight loss, though I usually am fine fighting Banjo. So I'm gonna leave him in even, but he's kind of in between these. Bayo's really bad. D3 loses to Bayo, in my opinion. This is all my opinion, by the way. If you don't start an argument over it, but feel free to tell me in the comments what you think is not in your opinion, who loses to who and whatever. This is my opinion. I've been playing DDD. I'm a DDD main. I'm really good with him. I've accomplished a lot of things with him. So I really think I'm a pretty credible source. But if you have some different opinions, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely read over them. Bowser. I'd say this is even. I don't think DDD has many wins at all. Just a few. I think Bowser might be a slight win, though it might be even. DDD does the best against other super heavies. I also feel like DDD does good against swordies, normal swordies. I would say DDD might have a slight win over Bowser, or it's probably more even. I'll try to make this ordered, but for the most part, it's not going to be. Bowser Jr. I feel like Bowser Jr. wins. I feel like DDD wins slightly. This is another one where it's slight win or even. I fought, now since I've played DDD for so long, I've fought some of all of these characters, so I've experienced these matchups, and I fought some Bowser Jr.'s, and it went pretty well for me. I felt like I was able to keep up with them. DDD has a decent amount of range, but he's slow, but I was able to cope with Bowser Jr. pretty well. And I didn't die anything to super early since DDD is super heavy. Byleth. Ooh. It's either wins or slight win. He definitely at least wins more than Junior. Get over there. The heck? There we go. Byleth he's a swordy, and Byleth is slow, so DDD's not put that much in, not put too much into disadvantage, and he can swallow the first stage arrows. He can deal with the recovery pretty well, and overall, I think DDD wins, in my opinion. I think that's probably a safe bet. He might be in slight win, but I definitely think DDD wins overall. Falcon. Either even or slight loss. Falcon's really fast, so that's kind of the opposite of Byleth, or Byleth, you could say. But Falcon doesn't have that much range, and I can gimp Falcon really easily with forward air. I've done it many times. But Falcon does have a lot of speed, so I'm gonna put him in even. This will not be ordered, because I have no idea how to order it. Maybe I'll order it for another video. Crom. I'm going to put Crom and Roy into the same tier. Probably. Crom is probably worse for DDD than Roy is, but just barely. Though it could be the other way around, not sure. Crom. I feel like it's a slight loss for DDD. Just because these guys are so much faster. Compared to the other swordies, they're so fast. Let me find Roy, actually. I'm putting them both in slight loss. Cloud. I also we'll put in slight loss. Cloud is pretty bad, though. He's not super bad. Like, you can deal with a lot of his stuff, and his recovery's gimpable, but Cloud's big sword makes it hard sometimes. And I think Corn would also be in this tier. Or maybe Even. Even's probably lowest of Even is probably a good place. By the way, it's like kind of ordered, but like the very top and very bottom of each tier will probably be ordered, because it's like some characters are kind of like in between, but I don't want to make a separate tier for that. Alright, we have Daisy and Peach, which are basically Echo Fighters. I can actually turn on Echo Fighters, but I'm going to leave them off. Daisy and Peach, it's so hard to get out of their combos. When you're super heavy, there's not much you can do. Dedede's moves are so slow. I'm going to also put slight loss for them. Now, in the end, there's going to be a ton of characters in here. And a good amount of here. He doesn't win against many, in my opinion. Now, Pits. This is interesting because in this matchup, Gordo can't be deflected by all their multi-hits very easily. So that's actually pretty huge. Like, most characters, like Crom. Oh, I forgot. Crom and Roy's jab just deflects Gordo. At least Crom's does. If Roy's doesn't, then that definitely puts Roy below Crom. But Crom's jab just sends Gordo back so easily. But Dark Pit and Pit. This is interesting. I would say it's even, because the sword, like the multi-hits are really annoying hitting Dedede, but they don't hit Gordo back, so it's not like, it kind of balances out a little bit, so I would put them in even. Oh. And Dark Pit is more frustrating for me than normal Pit. Or maybe it's the other way around, I can't remember. I think, like, I've both had my annoying experiences, but I think Pit was more annoying. Diddy Kong? I'd say lowest slight win. Maybe even. Diddy doesn't have much range. Peanut isn't that helpful. Banana's pretty good, but Dedede doesn't... Dedede's like tied for second heaviest, I think. Like tied with, let's see, it's Bowser. Oh, Donkey Kong and Dedede. King K. Rool, Ganon. Yeah. Okay. I think. Or is it... Or Dedede, no, Dedede's fourth heaviest, I think. But anyways, the point is, Diddy has a really tough time killing Dedede. Diddy and Dedede sound really alike. And I'm able to outspace Diddy. Also, forward air destroys Diddy's recovery, because it actually has a good amount of range. Then the uppie just flies off by itself. So I would say Dedede slightly wins. DK? Slight win. Probably above Diddy. He's a super heavy, but I've actually found that Donkey Kong's grab is really annoying, actually. Because he gets away with so much stuff. Especially because you don't have, like, fast out-of-shield options. The thing is with Dedede, his disadvantage is really bad, because your out-of-shield options are Nair and grab, and that's it. Like, I looked up Dedede out-of-shield options. Those were the only two things I got. Grab, and grab is slow, too, I think. And Nair, yeah, so it's tricky. So when you're getting pressured a lot, like, by DK, and you don't want to get grabbed, because DK can do a lot with his grab against Dedede. Doc. I also think this is slight win. I have gimped Docs really hard, but in disadvantage, Doc is very annoying. And Pill is hard to avoid for me. That might just be because I'm bad. And they also have Cape and good two-framing options. I think, if I remember correctly, Dedede is the easiest character to two-frame in the game. So that makes good two-frames like Doc's dash attack much more threatening. Duck Hunt. Slight loss. Just basically the same as some other characters. Just he's able to get away with a lot of things. I'm able to space myself pretty well against him, but all his projectiles can be annoying to get around. Falco? Oh. Either slight loss or loss. Falco is so hard to deal with. you're so big and chunky, and you get comboed with dumb stuff. And the thing about Dedede is like his body's like as big as Bowser, I think, but he's a little bit lighter, so he'll die eventually. And Falco has a reflector and the stunning laser. Like reflector, crazy combos. It's hard to deal with. It's really hard for me. I would put him in the loss or the lowest of slight loss, but Falco is hard to deal with as Dedede in my opinion. Fox, slight loss. Not as bad. Fox doesn't have as many not as many linear combos in my opinion that Falco has. Even though Fox is arguably the better character, I find myself doing better against Fox than Falco. Ganon wins. He wins. Sorry, Ganon. Ganon kind of loses to everyone. When I play against Ganons, I'm like, so this is what it's like to play against a character not as good as my own. And I kind of destroy Ganons. Like, Ganon doesn't have a ton of options to help him. I give him really easily. I combo him pretty well with Dedede. Inhale destroys him. And contrary to many of my Dedede friends, I don't get hit by many smash attacks. I don't know if that's online, but Greninja. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is one of the few characters I don't fight very much of. Hardly ever fight Greninjas. Though I have fought a few in my memory. I think it's either even or slight loss. I'm going to put him in the lowest of slight loss. Or maybe, no, that would be the highest of slight loss. Come on, get up there. There we go. Highest of slight loss. Because Greninja also doesn't have a ton of range. Water Shuriken is easily inhaled and spit back out at them, and it kills pretty early. Inhale's pretty big. Gordo, it's hard for them to deal with. However, Greninja just has a lot of versatility and those super high jumps. So this might be an even matchup, but right now I'm putting them in the very top of slightly lost. So it's like in between. Hero. Hero's kind of rough. Since Dedede's moves are so slow, he can't punish Hero's slow moves as well. I'll put him like right below Greninja of slight loss. We're just zooming through these characters. Ice Climbers. How long has it been since I fought Ice Climbers with Dedede? I think. Oh, dang, that's a lot of echoes. It's like 30 echoes. Ice Climbers, slight loss or even. There's so many of these that are slight loss or even. I mean, I don't have that much trouble against Ice Climbers, really, so I'd put them at the bottom of even. Ike is bad. It's really hard to deal with Ike's stuff. I always find myself struggling against Ike. So he's going to be at the very bottom of slight loss. He needs to come up here. This is like, it gets worse as you go down. This is like the only tier that's actually ordered, in a way. Yeah, I'm going to put Ike in between. I'm a little hesitant to put him down here, but Ike is bad. Incineroar. I think this is even. Closer to slight loss. And there's one thing why it's not a win. That's revenge. And so, in a way, Gordo can't be used. And it's really annoying. But I think that's even. If Incineroar didn't have revenge, Dedede would win. But it's really hard to get it with Gordo if Incineroar is just ready for it. If I don't use Gordo, I feel like I'm lacking. But Inhale is actually pretty big. So, I guess he's not at the bottom. He's probably... he's not as bad as Banjo. He's right there. Inkling. Oh, where'd Inkling go? Okay. I don't struggle that much with Inkling. I think it's a slight loss, closer to even. Probably right there. Isabelle. Oh, there's Pocket, though. I think that's going to be the lowest on Slight Win for Dedede. Isabelle has slow stuff, bad roll. I don't know who else in the game has a bad roll. All I hear is how bad Isabelle's roll is, but Dedede's, like, even though Dedede's moves are slow, they have good range, because it's like with a staff or hammer. So I think he's able to deal with Isabelle's stuff pretty well. Pocket can be an oof, but that's basically the only thing. Joker. He's going to be in slight loss. As a character, I don't struggle against Joker very much. I definitely don't think he's down here. He's going to be at one of the higher slight losses. I put him above Fox, below Duck Hunt. Yeah, Joker's got all the stuff, but I don't have a problem spacing and doing stuff, usually. And it's not like I die super early as Dedede. Oh, Puff? I think Dedede wins this pretty clean. Probably more win than Byleth. Puff just... There we go. The picture. Puff struggles. Puff has so little range. Inhale destroys them. Gordo destroys them. Forward air in particular. And up air catches everything. Up air kills early. Puff dies really early. There's just a ton of reasons why Dedede wins this one. Ken. Oh. I hate fighting Ken as Dedede. I get beat up so hard. I don't know if he's in the loses. I think Ken is right above Ike. Ike is really annoying. These two are kind of the same. But yeah, they're really close to loses flat out, but not quite. Carol, I think... He's either here or here. Whenever I fight Carol's, I feel like I do really well. I think Carol actually should go here. At the lowest part of the food. And so in the end, this tier list is ordered. But not completely correctly. But mostly look at the tops and the bottoms of tiers. That's the most accurate, in my opinion. Kirby? Ooh. Getting grab comboed, there's like a 65% true combo that Kirby does on Dedede, and I can't get out of it no matter how hard I try. It might have been that I fought this Kirby before I knew how to SDI properly, or it might be true. I don't know. I think Dedede, kind of for the same reasons as Isabelle's slight wins, but Kirby's even smaller, has a pancake, is hard to hit. I'll have to ask Kirby to try to do the combo on me and try to SDI out of it. If that combo is true, then this matchup is low or even, but if it's not, because it's that combo in particular that does 65, and it just triggers me in a way. But I think Dedede probably slight wins this. Oh, Link is bad. I really hate fighting Link. He's like a mixture of Ike and Samus in a way. It's hard to deal with Boomerang. It's hard to deal with his big sword. Bomb is annoying. And Dedede doesn't do well against projectile characters in general, in my opinion. But, yeah, Link is bad. So this would be... Okay, Bayo needs to be... Bayo's the worst in here. Link needs to be in between those. I hate fighting Link. Forward air is my best bet. Gordo almost never gets through. Because Link Nair, I'm pretty sure deflects it. And up tilt does. Mac. It's either even or slight win. I haven't fought very many Macs that are good, not just like Mashy. Well, I already know. I can just go ahead and put Lucario in... I'm going to put him in the highest of slight win. Lucario also doesn't have too much range, except for a couple moves. And as Dedede, I kill Lucario early, so he doesn't usually get the aura. Up tilt kills most of the cast at 110, 115, which is really early. And it covers a good amount of space in front and behind of you, and above. So, I'm just able to deal with everything Lucario has. And, yeah, there's actually a Lucario I have fought that I know. Mac, I think it's going to be high even. Probably right there. Mac's fast, so he's hard to punish. It's down tilt destroys Mac at ledge position. If they like side B a little bit too high, you down tilt them and they just kind of die, which is hilarious. But Mac's so fast, it's hard for DDD to deal with. Though DDD has decent range, so kind of balances out. Lucas. This is interesting because I think DDD does well with his big hammer forward air. Forward air is pretty huge in some of these kind of matchups. Like, it covers a lot of space. Kind of has high landing lag. Well, not high, but like medium high, in my opinion. But I end up finding that Lucas is pretty easy to hit, actually. And I'm able to deal with PK Fire. Ness is worse than Lucas is. Because that's when the combos come in. Lucas doesn't have as many combos. He's more like a fundamental character. Ness is kind of like PK Fire, down throw, forward airs. Lucas is less of a combo character, really, I think. I think DDD might slight win. And inhaling PK Fire does work. And inhale is very big, and it's really easy to go out there and gimp his recovery with all your jumps, too. I think slight loss. Better than Duck Hunt. And Marth is even. Lucino's just better. Really. That's all I have to say. Big swords, but I feel like DDD does pretty solid against swordies. Like classic swordies like them. Luigi, getting grabbed as DDD is awful. Though, if they don't have the grab, like if you've already gotten hit by the combo or get out of it because SDI or something, it's bad, but it's not like down here. If Luigi's 0 to death was like easier to pull off, it would be down here, but it's not. So I would say it's slight loss. So it gets worse as it goes down. There's actually a Luigi player I know, and I hate fighting him as heavies because it's pain. I think he's worse than Peach and Daisy. Mario. I think Mario is in the same tier. Better of a matchup, really. Probably there. I'd rather fight Joker as DDD than Mario. I think. They're about the same. Mega Man is pretty bad, though forward air is also huge. So I'd put Mega Man in also like the same spot. Meta Knight. This is one of the few characters I haven't fought of hardly at all, because Meta Knight's very interesting. Many people don't want to play him. So I'm not really sure. But my best bet, I have played some of every character, but Meta Knight's like one of the least, if not the least, I've played against. What do I think? Oh, we can actually go ahead and put Young Link is even worse than Link, and Toon Link is actually, I'll save Toon Link because Toon Link's actually a bit different. Toon Link's probably here. But yeah, Meta Knight, not quite sure. It's probably even, probably lower even, probably here. Mewtwo, I think DDD wins this by a little bit. Not huge. I think he's there. Not huge, but once again, Mewtwo, I haven't fought too many. I have fought some Mewtwo's. I do well against Mewtwo. Inhale is pretty nice. I like back air on Mewtwo. Let's say slight win. Brawler. Slight loss. It's worse than Peach and Daisy. Probably there. Mii Gunner is really bad. Mii Gunner is really bad. I've played a couple Mii Gunners, and I'm like, this is torture. I hate this. How do you get off ledge as a super heavy? Inhale is... unless you had like a vertical position, Inhale is pretty hard to deal with, or I mean, pretty hard to use to deal with like the grenades and stuff. I feel like Dedede it's really hard to deal with projectile characters, for me at least. Just because, especially online, I guess this is mostly an online tier list, because I haven't played offline against, I haven't ever been to a local ever. I just play against my brothers offline, so. This is pretty bad. Probably there. Sword Fighter, slight loss there. Min Min is so bad. I hate this so much. Even if the Min Min is like a bad player, I can't deal with it. Like, I'll win if they're a bad player, but by a much smaller margin than I should have. This is Dedede. This is worse than Banjo, for sure. Oh, Game & Watch is also so bad. Game & Watch is there. Ness is also bad. Bad. I'll put Ness there. Pac-Man, I have recently developed a hatred for this. It is hard to deal with all his shenanigans. Also, Gordo plus Hydrant creates jank beyond everything. It is crazy. I think he's probably below Luigi. Like that. Palu is... It's bad. I would say Palu is below them. Probably right there. I mean, who does Palu like not beat? Who does Pikachu not beat? Lucas, apparently? Lucas, Ness, and Game & Watch? Anyone else? Let me know in the comments so I know. Because I play some Pika now. Pichu. Pichu dies really early to shenanigans, and it's hilarious. I think this is like... Probably like high slight loss. Probably like up here. Pika is worse. I've actually experienced the other side of this matchup where I played Pika a ton of DDDs, and I'm just like, wow, this is awful for them. This is probably worse than Ike. I don't know if it's quite... I wouldn't put it in the loses category, but I'd say it's the worst slight loss. Olimar? I have no idea. I've played like one Olimar, and it went okay, so I would... I like how it says Pikmin in Olimar. Olimar... Right there. Right... Nope, come back. Right there. Piranha Plant. Dedede definitely wins. Inhaling Patooey and Poison Cloud destroys them. Forward and back are big. In fact, Dedede might big win. I think I might put Plant there, actually. Plant gets kind of beat up. Not gonna lie. In kind of every way. Inhaling Patooey and Poison Cloud destroys them. It makes their own tactic, like, even better for you than it is for them. And it's kind of hilarious, but sad for the Plant. Pokemon Trainer. Is like the individual Pokemon on? Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to count it as one. Though I can like just quickly explain where everyone would be. Trainer. Slight loss. Not too bad. Worse than Lucina. Like right there. Squirtle. Squirtle is down here somewhere. Ivysaur is a little bit up. Charizard is probably in slight win. Richter is really bad. Richter and Simon. I don't know if it's in the loses category, because they get gimped easily with forward air. Forward air is like my main thing I'm talking about. Forward air and back air. It's hard to hit them with Gordo sometimes. It's super hard to get off the ledge. I'll put them here. Ridley loses to Dedede. For sure. I actually might think that Dedede's here instead. I mean Ridley. Well. Ridley gets kind of beat up, but side B and neutral B of Ridley's is really annoying. And you can't really punish the recovery too hard. Okay. Here's something interesting about Rob. Rob. I find it really easy to hit Rob when I have the advantage, but when I'm in disadvantage, I hate it. So I like to beg to differ that Rob is even for DDD. Maybe lower even. Probably here. Probably all the way down here. But not like loses really bad. Robin is pretty awful. It's not in the loses, but it's bad enough. Because having a sword and a ton of projectiles is really hard for DDD. Like, DDD can deal with just sword, but sword and a ton of projectiles is hard. I think he's there. Rosa's pretty bad, but not too bad. Right there. Oh my gosh. Like, how do you approach this character? I have, like, 0 experience with Rosa whatsoever. Ryu is the same as Ken, but a little bit higher up, maybe. I'll just put them together, really. Samus is really bad. I cannot find how to deal with projectiles. When I'm in advantage, I'm usually fine, but in disadvantage, I cannot get my bearings. Platforms make it so hard for me. I can't punch the recovery. Samus be out of shield is really awful. The little mines is super hard. Keep in mind, DDD has the slowest airspeed in the game, if I remember correctly. Second to Luigi. So that means all this air pressure he can't deal with very well. And that's exactly what Samus creates. So I think Samus is there. These are the characters that I see online when I'm playing DDD, and I'm like, oh shoot, I don't even want to play this. And when I see like the lower end of here, it's like almost the same. Sephiroth. Above Rob. Big sword. Big sword. Sheik. I've only played like one Sheik. And they were pretty good. And I felt like I was able to manage okay. No, not slight win. I'd say they're better than Sephiroth, worse than Meta Knight. Shulk is really bad. He has so much range, DDD can't even. Shulk is definitely worse than Croy. Snake is also bad. I think Snake is not as bad as Shulk. I would put him close second. Sonic is also bad. Not super bad. Look how many are in that tier. Look at this tier compared to all the other ones. I'm telling you, man. I hate... Sonic wasn't too bad once, but that Sonic was really bad. Then I played a good Sonic, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. They weren't even, like, camping me out. They were being aggressive. But I can't hit them. Steve. Slight loss up here above Pichu. It's really easy to hit Gordo. You can actually inhale Minecart. You can hit them pretty easily, but combos happen. So, yeah. Terry, slight win. Better than Lucas. Better than Kirby. Maybe even just in wins. Terry gets beat up hard, but no, DDD does get comboed hard as well, so... Probably there. Villager, same as Isabelle, though more like here. Because Villager's honestly just better, I think. Wario. I think DDD does pretty well against Wario, actually. Wario can't eat the Gordo, I don't think. If he can, then I'll have to reconsider a little bit, but I think DDD does pretty well. I'll put him below Rob. Wii Fit is below Wario. Wolf. Let's do the comparison. Would I rather fight a wolf than a fox? That would be a no, so I would put wolf lower. Probably there. Now below Cloud. How did these guys get separated? Oh well. Yoshi... I feel like Dedede actually does pretty decent against Yoshi. I'd put Yoshi, like... here. Zelda is really bad. Zelda is bad. I used to think it was good, but it turns out that Zelda was just, like, not a great player. I played a good Zelda, and I did really awful. I got 2-stock. They weren't even that good, and I got 2-stock still. It's just hard. Like, when you have an airspeed that slow, it's hard to deal with everything. All the shenanigans Zelda deals out at you. And Zelda still kills early, because Zelda has some strong stuff. I would put Zelda down here. Maybe right here. ZSS. I don't find many ZSSs. And when I do, it's not with Dedede. It's with, like, Joker or Pika or something. I played Pika in bracket. I got second. Yay. But Dedede is a completely different story than ZSS, for sure. I mean, I know Dedede loses, but how bad? I'll put right there. And that's all the characters. We'll end with the Dedede screen. Also, I think Dedede loses the matchup to himself, by the way. I hate the Ditto. I think it's completely player dependent on, like, if you like it or not. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Here's my completed tier list. As you notice, I've only put 5 characters in the win, and you'll notice that over 3/4 of the cast are in, like, lose. By the way, in the even, what I mean by even, I don't know if it's, like, even, or if it's, like, I feel like instead of even, it's, like, tiny loss. Really. But yeah, I don't think Dedede is a great character. He's okay in some matchups. He's good in some. Out of my experience, this is what I've come up with. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like my content, consider subscribing. Lets me know that you like what I make. I'll see you next time with my next video. Discord links in the description, and have a good day.